was kind of the gist of that?
Schematically, everything was working, but we just weren't winning our one-on-one battles. And it's more a point of just will and pride than anything X's and O's. So we pulled it together and sharpened up, and that's what you saw in the second half.
Something else you mentioned was just how you were able to kind of keep it together when, obviously things weren't going that great in the second quarter. You could have gotten frustrated. How did you manage to kind of...
I mean, that was probably my best half to date this season. I don't know what it was number-wise or anything, but personally I just felt good about it. Mistakes were made, but I feel like I moved on from them pretty well, and I went to the next play, and I feel really good about that. And I think it was a very, very positive note for our offense to get to and work beyond in the weeks to come.
Is that kind of the potential that Theo has on that play, that what he can do for us?
Yeah, the thing with that is, one thing we have is that you're more athletic when you know what to do. So sometimes it's a lot for Theo with the offense and everything, not just a new offense, but a college offense for the first time. So sometimes in practice and stuff, he's not as athletic as he really is because he's thinking. So once you can exit that out, and just once he knows what he's doing, he's insanely athletic. I mean, you saw when he got the ball in his hands, he can make incredible things happen. But he's a lot of it with young guys too. I mean, me too. Last year is when you start thinking too much and you reduce your athleticism and talent.
Did we kind of maybe see that a little bit from you today too, where we saw you kind of scrambling around and make some pretty athletic plays there?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking a lot, and I think sometimes I just got to say screw it and play. And that was actually Marcus Tuiasosopo's kind of brand is just play ball, and that's what he preaches. And I think that this second half was the first time I really got back to my old form, and I really felt good about how I played.
Do you think a lot of that was just kind of like a lot of the preseason hype, maybe? That kind of led to...
No, there's a lot of moving parts, and it just took us a little while to get onto it, but I think we can make some good progress from here. I mean, it shows you how insane college sports is with all the wins and losses within the Pac-12 itself. I mean, from UW to Stanford to Arizona to BYU in the mix, even though they're not Pac-12, they played all of us, and everyone's beating each other. So that's why you can't really look into rankings or scores or much. You just got to play every week as it is and try to come out on top.
Nate Starks got a bulk of the carries tonight. What did you think of his performance in the second half and how he kind of impacted the game?
I thought he did really well. He's a physical runner, and he's very decisive. And I can't really grade him too much because a lot of the times I'm trying to carry out fakes and I just sort of see the result of the play. So I'll answer that better the next interview I have or something. But I mean, from what I saw, he did really well.
Coach was talking about if you guys can put everything together, you guys can be pretty good. What's it going to take to do that?
If I could tell you, we would have been doing it. There's no special recipe. It's just go out and do it. On offense, our motto is PSW, power, speed, and will. And we got the first two, and the third is that intangible that we are constantly striving and fighting for.
Jim said that he thought that a lot of what you were able to do today was a reflection of like the work you've been putting in, and that a lot of your life you've kind of just been the most talented guy, whereas now maybe you're doing more in preparation. I mean, do you feel that there's been a big difference in that regard?
Yeah, I think my quarterback coach actually helps me out the most because I put in a lot of work earlier this year and last year, but you just got to work smart, not hard. So I'm learning how to break down film more efficiently, what to look for, because a lot of times you'll catch yourself just watching football, and you won't actually be watching film. You'll be just watching a game, and knowing specific things to look for and how to study. I think that Tui's been really effective in bettering me as a quarterback, as a student, because if you're just watching games and watching film and you don't know what to look for, it's kind of useless.
I know you're usually pretty hard on yourself. You seem pretty satisfied today. I mean, are you happy?
Yes, I'm very happy with this outcome. it wasn't perfect, but the way in which we responded and kept rolling. I mean, we had a few drops at receiver, and the way we came back and responded was pretty impressive, and that's what I'm really excited about. To know that, saying we use the quarterback is BFM, bare freaking minimum, and to know that when we moderately click, the BFM is 45 points. I think that's what it was today. It's a good feeling. You just hope to not get too hopeful about the future too late in the season, because at some point it's got to start happening now. I think we just finished, was it week 5, going into week 6. There's not much time left. We really got to start clicking now. We can't. The new offense isn't an excuse because it's not new anymore. There's no chemistry issue. It's got to start happening now. We got to click on special teams, offense, and defense all in the same quarter.
And I know in the past you've kind of talked about wanting to be the best quarterback in the country and stuff. How much do you watch like the other guys? Let's say like the kid from Louisville, or Watson at Clemson. I mean, do you watch those guys pretty regularly, or keep up with what they're doing?
Not as much, because when they're playing, I mean, I'll see highlights and stuff, and if they happen to play an opponent of ours, I'm watching their offense. But I mean, a lot of the times they play on Saturdays and stuff. I mean, obviously they play the same times we do, and,
right.
and when I'm in the hotel room, I'm not really trying to focus on football and watch other games. I usually just kind of lock into our situation where we are, and at times just get my mind off and watch a movie or something.
Is there a competition with those guys, do you feel, though? I mean, even though they might be like on the other side of the country? Or...
Yeah, absolutely. Not a direct competition, but more just competitiveness between us when we meet up in the off season and start talking mess. Because Brandon Dawkins is a really close friend. I love him. He's one of the funniest guys ever met, and he actually played with Jordan Payton and all them at Oaks Christian. So you just get a little bragging rights when you can beat someone and brag them in the off season.
Thanks, Josh.